Hi and what's up? In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make red velvet cake, and it's going to be a very simple recipe, but the outcome is going to be super delicious. The cake is going to be soft, moist, and very delicious. So stick around until the end of the video and learn how to make this amazing cake. If you're new here, I'm Scovia and welcome to Infoods Specials, where the recipes are always simple and easy and amazing. So to get started, I have a couple of ingredients and you'll find all the ingredients listed in the description box down below. So to get started, I'm going to add my flour in my bowl. Then next, I'm going to add my sugar. Baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt. Using a whisk, I'm going to whisk everything together to combine. If you don't have the whisk, you can use a sieve. It is going to give you the same results. And to make sure there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Once combined, I'm going to add in my cocoa powder. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. Then I'm going to whisk in. I added my cocoa powder at this point because cacao or cocoa powder usually has a lot of lumps. So I'm going to make sure it is fully combined into the dry ingredients. So I'll pick another bowl, and to this bowl I'm going to add my wet ingredients. So to get started, I'm going to add in 4 egg whites. So you carefully let the egg whites into the bowl, just like that. Then I'll place the egg yolk in another separate bowl. So it's a very easy process, and if you can't control the egg yolk, you can also use the palm of your hands. I'm just going to show you another way. Just pick the egg, crack it on the bowl. This is another way you can get rid of the egg yolk, and I'm amazed because it has 2 egg yolks. Look at these guys. I've never seen something like this. So I'm going to keep the bowl with my egg yolks aside because I'm not going to be using the egg yolks in this recipe. This recipe calls for only egg whites. So to my egg whites, okay, and at this point you're going to preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Line your baking tins like this. I'm using 6-inch cake pans. So if you don't have that, I don't know what you're going to do, but it is a recipe for a 6-inch cake. So to my egg whites, I'm going to add in oil. This is half a cup of oil. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of white vinegar, a teaspoon of vanilla, then I'm going to add in buttermilk. If you happen not to have buttermilk in the house and you have fresh milk, what you're going to do, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of white vinegar to your fresh milk and give it about 5 minutes. Then it's going to turn into buttermilk. That is how we make buttermilk at home. So I'm going to whisk everything together. Whisk for about 2 to 3 minutes, and if you have a hand mixer, you can use that as well. So after about 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to pick my dry ingredients. I didn't add my food color at the moment I added my dry ingredients because I wanted to tell you about my food color. So I'm going to be using bright red food color for my cake, and I'm going to add this in my dry ingredients. Then I'm going to whisk in until fully combined with the dry ingredients. If you don't have the powdered food color, you can use there's gel and there's liquid, but I find the powdered one more effective for giving you a very nice color. So once combined with the dry ingredients, I'm going to add my wet ingredients into the dry. So I'm going to add a small amount at a time. Add some more wet ingredients. Whisk in. Make sure to scrape the bottom of the bowl just to make sure everything is fully incorporated. Then I'll add the rest of the wet ingredients and mix. You can see that nice red color. So when everything is combined, don't overmix. So I'm going to pick my pans. Then I'm going to add equal amounts of the butter into the tins. I'm used to eyeballing, so I'm going to add the butter in the tins, and I'm definitely going to get it equal. So if you don't have, if you don't know how to eyeball, you can use a weighing scale if you have one. Once I'm done adding the butter in my tins, I'm going to bake my cake at 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 to 30 minutes. If you want to check if your cake is ready, you can insert a skewer, and if it comes out clean, your cake is ready. So I'm going to put mine in the oven. My cake have been cooling for around 1 hour. So the next thing is frosting. So over here I have margarine. I'm using margarine for this recipe, and powdered sugar, vanilla, and some milk. So I'm going to beat my margarine until pale white. Scrape the sides of my bowl just to make sure everything is being whipped up. Then I'm going to beat this for another 2 to 4 minutes. My margarine is pale white, so to my big bowl I'm going to be adding my powdered sugar. So I'm going to add in bits, and you'll find all the ingredients listed in the description box down below. Then I'll mix in using my spatula. Once everything is combined, as you can see, everything is coming along nicely. I'm going to add in my vanilla. I'll add a teaspoon of vanilla essence and a teaspoon of milk. Then I'm going to give this a mix. Once it is combined, I'm going to use my mixer at this point. So I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of milk and mix until it is smooth. My buttercream is ready, and I'm ready to frost my red velvet cake. So I'm going to keep this aside. Then I'm going to pick my turntable, which I've lined with a cake board. So I've placed my cake on my cake board. I'm going to add in some of this delicious it is very sweet buttercream. Then I'm going to level up using my offset spatula, and you can see how gorgeous my buttercream is looking. Very nice. Then I'm going to pick my second layer cake and place it on top. Make sure it is aligned with the bottom one. Then I'm going to add some more buttercream on top. This is going to be delicious. Spread. Smoothen up a little bit. Then I'm going to go on the sides. So this is how my cake is looking after spreading the buttercream on top. It is not very tidy, but because it is just, I'm trying to show you how to make a red velvet cake. It is quite okay. So I have some remaining buttercream over here. I'm going to refrigerate it for at least a week or 2 weeks, and it's going to be quite okay. I'm going to enjoy my red velvet cake because it is a mini one. As I said, it is a 6-inch one. So this is for 1 serving for my family, and it's going to be gone just like that. So I hope you try out this amazing recipe and make for your family some amazing cake. And if you want to make a bigger one, you can double up the amount of ingredients in the description box and make a large red velvet cake.